Okay, so we are shaping up here on New Mexico Style, and we'd like to welcome back our personal trainer, Karen Von Olst. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are going to be working out the biceps today.
The gun show, that's right.
Yes, I'm excited about this. It looks like when you're flexing, it's like mainly one big old muscle, but what exactly is the anatomy of the bicep?
There's like actually there's one big muscle that has two heads.
Two heads, though.
So it's a long head and a short head, and there's also the brachialis, which is like a little muscle right in here that helps with flexion only.
Oh, okay. Now, do women ever worry about getting too big with the?
Oh yes.
The biceps. I feel like mine get big fast.
Yeah, you know, people do worry about that, but really that only is going to happen if you stack on the weights, big and heavy. And you'd have to really seriously lift a lot of weight to be able to get big muscles, unless, of course, genetically you already have a good gun show happening.
I kind of have that genetics where they kind of get big, but you're not going to let that happen. You won't let that get too big. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of your bicep workout. We have some video of that. Can you tell us about what you're doing right here?
So that's the suspended bicep workout. Again, engaging our core muscles here is really helpful. And then there I add a single-legged lunge, so that you get your booty and your quadriceps as well. And here's where I add a little bit of a shoulder workout to it. It's very challenging, so make sure you don't do this if you have pre-existing shoulder conditions.
Now, a lot of people work out at least
There's the gun show.
There's the gun show. Look at that. Gosh, I wish I could lift like that. Most people work out at least 2 muscle groups at a time. What muscle groups work best in combination, do you think?
You know, with the biceps, I enjoy, or I think it's a good idea to add the back, because whenever you do the back, you're already working the biceps a little bit. So that's a good combination to put together. And you can add also here, see how I add a lower body workout too, and we'll do that a little bit today, to the biceps, so that you get as much out of your time as you can, because a lot of people work a lot and they have little time to work out, so it's a good idea to add in as much as you can do.
Now that almost looked like you were working the triceps there. Was that in combination with it?
I didn't see that one. This one is we're adding the squat and the biceps. Yeah, sometimes you do a little bit of triceps as well. If you extend it quite a ways back, you add the triceps.
Oh, okay.
So here's balance.
Ooh, that looks hard.
Yeah, that definitely adds a nice touch to it. And you can do that on the Bozu, those discs, some wobble boards. I'm going to bring in some new toys hopefully next week that I got last week at my fitness conference. And it's always good to do a supported bicep curl here, so you don't have an opportunity to cheat. Because it's easy to bring your elbows in and out as you're doing the curl. In which case you take it away from your actual biceps.
Now, do you recommend doing it when you do any bicep curls, do you recommend doing one at a time or both at the same time?
That's a good question. You know, when you do a bar and you do both muscles at the same time, you run the risk that your stronger arm is going to take over for your weaker.
Okay.
So yeah, I do recommend doing one at a time from time to time.
Separate weights.
Yes, absolutely.
Because then if your right arm is really strong, a lot of people who are probably right-handed.
So if you're using a bar, then the right arm is going to take over.
And then you're going to be lopsided.
Ideally,
which would be good.
To take them one at a time is a good idea.
Well, we get a different story about how many times a week we should hit the gym or do cardio, or how long we should really work out. And then you end up not having the energy to do a workout 6 days a week. So what is a reasonable workout schedule, do you think?
Yeah, that's a good question, right? So what I do, and have my clients do, in the beginning of the week, I look at my week and it's like, okay, I'm really going to be busy Monday, and maybe I have 20 minutes every day, not an hour. If you only have 20 minutes, say, every day, 5 days or 6 days a week, make it really, really hard so that you make up for the time that way.
Oh, okay.
But if you can only come in 3 days a week, then, but you have more time, you can make that more in an hour, workout and less intense. So really to take inventory of your week before your week starts and make a plan, write it down and follow up, and be responsible to yourself, your friend, your trainer, you know, answer to whoever it's important to. But set your goals, I think, for the week.
I think that's important too. I mean, that's going to keep you on track too if you kind of get everything squared away on Sunday. And then if you write it down, hopefully you're more inclined to do it, because sometimes I know it can kind of get away from you, especially if you don't make a plan and figure out what times you're going to be working down and when you're going to have that free time. Now, when we are tired and overwhelmed by our lives, how do you stay motivated? How can we stay motivated?
How can you stay motivated? You know, I think the good thing to do is when you start working out, or even when you're not starting to work out, but you're like in the middle of something, have somebody take a picture of you. Ask yourself who you are now and where do you want to go with it. What is your goal? and work out really smart. In other words, be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timeable. So smart, remember that.
Be smart about it. And you know what my mom used to always say? She was like, you know, whenever you get that craving to eat ice cream, she said to eat it naked.
Naked? Oh, I like that. That's
and eat it naked. Because she said, then you're looking at like, wow, I see all the places that ice cream going that I don't want it to go, and maybe you won't eat as much.
Yeah, it's a good idea. You know, the diet is such an important part of working out. It's really at least 50-50. Because you can do all the cardio and workout, and then you go and, you know, binge. And then you have to think about all the calories that you're taking in that you have to work out for that week. You know, so look at the big picture.
And when you, whenever you start working out, before your food, you're probably not eating the best foods, say. So how do you, what's your advice on what you eat? What type of diet would you?
I like what Patricia was cooking today. You know, I like unprocessed foods, and I like small meals, say 5 meals small, like no bigger than your fist, because really, your stomach is about that size, right? So you're not going to eat a big old plate of food. Unprocessed foods. Crunchy, nothing that comes out of a package, basically. You know, everything that you can chop up and cook yourself, and the more raw, the better it is.
The more raw, the better. My friend was actually low fat.
Right, low fat, low sugar, and the alcohol.
And get rid of the alcohol.
Yeah, those
all
are
of it.
All, well, you know,
not even a glass
I think realistically, if you want to cut it down, that's probably a good way to start, right?
Yeah. Well, my friend, I was going to ask you, she's trying to lose some weight really fast, and so she's going on some kind of liquid diet. What's your thoughts on that, the liquid diet plan, or where you just really cut a lot of food in the beginning? Does that mess with your metabolism? Is that bad?
Yeah, I'm not a big believer of diets per se, whether it's a liquid diet or any diet. I think just to be careful with what you eat. But if you want to lose something fast, say if you want to lose weight in 2 weeks, I would say take everything out that's white.
Everything else.
White flour, white pasta, white potatoes, cheese, dairy, those kind of things, and that will really add up, and all the grains.
So if you're in a time crunch, you've been putting off this diet, you've been putting off working out, and all of a sudden, oh crap, you know, two weeks from now, I gotta be looking good in this tiny little dress I'm supposed to wear. It. So you cut out all the white for 2 weeks.
Everything white, that's easy.
And then try to do
white today. That
and then just try to work out probably and do as much cardio as possible.
Yes, please, cardio every day. Remember we talked about that. And again, if you only have 20 minutes, make it really, really hard. Do intervals. Do some plyometrics if you have no health issues yet. And you know, hit it.
That's right. And of course, we're going to hit it. The biceps.
We're going to hit it.
Coming up after the break. Stick around.
Great.
We're back working the biceps with personal trainer Karen Von Alston. I don't have my workout gear, which is a lot of people when they go to work.
Exactly.
But there's stuff that you can actually do.
In the office.
In your work clothes.
Yeah.
In high heels.
In heels. So here we go.
Okay.
If you could step on them with your favorite foot.
All right. I think I'm adding the balancing aspect here.
Two favorite feet, of course.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your elbows in your waist. Palms up. You're going to bring it up in the front, and then gently rotate it out a little bit.
Okay.
And then bring it up there. And then you're going to bring it back to the front. Curl it in, and bring it gently out to the side.
Oh wait. So curl up to the front.
Yeah. Getting the biceps, and then if you slightly turn it out a little bit, you're going to incorporate a little bit of your shoulders as well.
Ah, okay.
Feel that?
I can feel that.
Yeah.
I love this tension band.
It's great, right?
It's
yeah,
great.
This is a great tool to have, and as you can see, it's easy to travel with. You can do it while you're cooking. This delicious food, or in the office.
Right.
Okay.
And this is something when you use this isn't going to make your arm muscles get too big.
No.
Okay.
And these come in different tensions. So again, if you want to make it easier, you can get a different color. Light, like the lightest one is yellow, I think.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do a hammer curl.
Hammer curl. All right.
So that means you're going to incorporate a little bit of your forearms as well. So you start here with your elbows in your waist. You're going to bring it up to about 30 degrees. So that's a little bit too far.
That's too far there.
And then all the way down.
Okay.
Without, good. And bring it up again.
Here?
Good. Yeah, right there. Not so much tension in your hands, so that you really get it from your biceps.
Okay.
Some people, when they lift weights, they really, I call it the white knuckle syndrome.
White knuckle, yeah.
They've got these white knuckles, they're hanging on to their waist for dear life, and meanwhile...
Now, do you bring it down to the side here? Or do you
no, slide in the side, but your elbows stay in your waist. That is important. So bring it up, good.
Okay.
And then again, you can bring it out gently to the side to incorporate some of your shoulders.
Woo. Well, how heavy is this?
These are 10 pounds. Because I know you're like superwoman.
Right.
Right? From my last workout.
Yes.
And I was noticing you're looking really good.
Oh, thank you. I've been trying. I'm working on it.
See, all exercises are paying off. It's great.
I'm trying to work on the diet now too, because you know.
That is so hard. That is probably, I'm going to say, the hardest part for a lot of people. Let's get these kettlebells.
Okay.
So
kettlebells
hang on to them.
Okay.
And what you can do here is, and again, these you can take to the office. They come in lighter and heavier size. You're going to bring it down like this. So add the squat and then bring it up.
Oh, okay. So add the squat.
Yeah, and remember,
bring it up.
the thing that you want to watch for here, go ahead.
Okay.
Is that your knees, but you're in heels, so that's a little challenging.
Yeah.
But typically you don't want your knees to come together when you do a squat.
Well, I'm in a skirt too. I think that's probably the other reason why.
So maybe you can take the squat out and just do the bicep curl.
Okay.
And you can, it's a little, these are a little heavier,
These are,
right?
I noticed that, yeah.
For some reason the kettlebells come, like the lightest one is 6 kilograms here, it's about 12 pounds.
12 pounds?
Or 10 pounds.
Okay.
They don't come in little baby weights for some particular reason.
I know, why not?
I have no idea. I've talked to the company about that.
Okay, so kettlebells, I like that. I like that with the squat too, so you're actually incorporating your lower body, which for me, I feel like I need to work that every day because that's where my real trouble spots are.
Right.
The lower body.
So always, and try to remember to incorporate as many muscle groups as you can. So here's a nice one. Maybe I should show you that.
I think you should do this one since I'm in a skirt.
Since you're in a skirt.
Okay.
So here, let me get those weights.
Okay.
I should have bought lighter ones. What was I thinking? Anyhow,
you can handle
so this is a nice way to do a supported bicep curl.
Okay.
So you're like this. Your elbows are supported on the ball. You're going to bring it up and down. And the nice part about having your elbows supported is that you're not cheating with your elbows going back and forth.
Oh,
so you're really isolating your bicep curl. So this is a regular curl, and then if you brought your thumbs up, it's a hammer curl, which also incorporates your forearms.
And see, I've seen people work out like that on that machine where you hang out. It's neat to do that.
That's right.
Just to see you can actually just do that with free weights.
Preacher
because,
curl. Yeah.
you know, we don't all have those fancy machines to get all the different workouts. So it's called a preacher curl?
It's called a preacher curl, yeah.
Ah, okay.
And then let's do another one with these that you can do.
Okay.
So we're going to do a prone one. In other words, your hands, I'm all twisted. Your palms are going to be down. Let me get these out of your way so you don't trip over them. So step on it with your other favorite foot.
Okay.
That's good. And keeping your elbow in your waist, elbows. Bring your arms up. Good. Ooh. And bring it down.
So now where's this working out?
It's again the biceps and the forearms.
You know what? I think this might have been the exercise I saw you doing. I was thinking triceps for some reason.
Oh, right.
But no, this is getting a different group.
Yeah, and these you want to keep lighter because as you can tell, it's a lot harder. So lower on the weights on these.
Lower on the weights on these. And this is working out a different bicep group?
It's a biceps again still, but it adds the forearms as well.
Oh, the forearms. Okay. Now, is that something that, will your forearms get big? I know you probably get this all the time.
I'm really glad you asked that question because that's a concern for a lot of people. And again, you'd have to add a lot to make them
a lot of weight. So you're okay to just, how many sets would you recommend? Or
well, if you're a beginner, I would do one set of say 12 to 15.
Okay.
And if you become more advanced, add more time, then add more repetitions. Build it up in small little increments.
I can feel that.
You feel it?
Yes. Like this one, I think I must be weaker on the left.
Nice pump.
I'm weaker on the left one. Now, so how many forearms? Because we're hitting a lot. How many would you recommend for forearms?
I would do just one set. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you want to make sure you don't get tendonitis, like we talked about last week. I think it was in your elbows. That was the week before.
Right, yeah.
Because you can get tendonitis on the outside of your elbow or on the inside. So this is a more golfer's elbow. This is a tennis elbow. And by doing too many exercises too fast that involve the elbow joint, you could get in trouble.
Yeah.
So
well, you were doing something earlier where you're balancing, and I'm not going to be able to balance as I'm in heels.
Yeah.
So
should we do that?
Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay.
I want to see you do it.
That sounds like a good plan. Let me get my
I think we got this over here.
favorite toy.
All right.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tweak it.
I do like this one. Oh, you're going to turn it this way.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it around because we haven't done that yet. So, act with caution.
Okay.
So the hardest part of this is to get up. Yeah, normally I would.
Spot you?
If you're a beginner, definitely.
Yeah.
Because you can see it's super wobbly.
That is really
So already there, you're going to incorporate your core.
Okay.
So bicep curls. And the further you go out with your feet, I'm okay, which I'm not going to try right today, the easier it's going to be. So I'm in a most narrow stance,
and that makes
which is
it
the hardest.
Okay.
So be careful. You're going to squat down like that. Good.
Oh my gosh.
And then you're going to bring it up like that.
That looks impossible.
So, again, be careful.
And how many of these would you recommend doing?
You can do, 2 sets if you're a beginner, one set of the same, one set of 12 to 16. And once you get better, add more sets, add more reps, and be careful. But you can see how much that works. It's all about your core, your thighs, your booty.
I love that exercise.
And again, watch your knees so they don't go in like different directions.
So you don't want them in, you don't want them out, you just want them facing straight up front.
I want to come down. There we go. So
that's a tough one.
So if you're just starting out with this one, I recommend you have a stable surface next to you, so you can bail out if you need to.
Okay.
Or a friend that likes you to catch you.
Or have somebody spot you. Now we have time for I think one more exercise.
Okay,
Do you have something else?
So I do have one more thing. Let's see, this is super fine. So only because you're in your heels and skirt, and we don't want to get you in any compromising positions.
No, I don't want that.
We're going to put you, me in this case, you're going to lie down like this, and here you can do a decline bicep curl. So it's really actually quite a comfortable position because your back is fully supported, so you go all the way down with your biceps, sorry, with your arms, into full extension and bring it up. And the nice part about that is, as you can probably tell, you're working the very bottom of your bicep muscle.
Right, that little part right there,
sorry, the insertion. It originates from the top and it inserts right here.
Now, do you have your back completely straight, or how is that working?
Yeah, it's kind of totally straight, and the ball is really hugging it, in other words. It's a very comfortable position.
Ooh.
So, there you go.
Oh, I like that. Now, do you have a stretch maybe for the bicep? Is there a good stretch?
Thank you so much for remembering that. If you wanted to sit on here, it's actually kind of a nice way to sit.
Okay.
I love these balls for office jobs because it keeps you straight. So this is a great stretch for the bicep curl. You can do it manually like this.
Okay.
Or if you're in a gym or a wall, you can put your hands up against the wall and really stretching out the elbow joint and again the insertion of the biceps.
Oh, do you recommend doing that before or after?
After, because before your muscles aren't really warmed up. So it's better to wait till you're done with your workout and then your muscles are all soft and
that's the fun part anyway. I love the stretch part. Well, thanks so much, Karin. For more fitness tips, you can find Karin at karinfitness.com. Here's that information right there on your screen, and you can email KarinSantaFe@AOL.com.
Great, thank you.